Hey, box of paint, hi! Let me know if you can hear and see everything. It's been a nice week. A bit hot. Bit of a warm week, but overall it's been good. How about yours? I hope yours has been good too. Everything sounds like it looks good. Awesome. Awesome. Which I put on Discord, but took the kiddos, the vets, for their follow-up shots, diet chicken, fleas and warm treats. Emmy decided that she would rather live at the vets than get back in the box. She climbed behind the monitor and tried to blend in, and the vet was all for it. Oh, salut Chiro! Hold on. Oui? Salut baby! Allô? Salut Chiro! Salut baby! Oh non, t'as pas ta boîte. Oh oh. Oh oh. Hold on. You guys gonna have to forgive me for a sec. Right, sorry about that. Yes. But I forgot to put out her sun box. And I really don't want her to get sunburnt. So She is such a cute kitten. Oh, she's coming. Doop doop doop. Checking the box. Walking in the box. Sniffing around. We are still having a weird summer. Only 60. Oh, that sounds lovely. And rained enough to get in the way, but not enough to water. That's the worst. Yeah, over here we had like the leftover of Hurricane Beryl, I think. And it rained a lot last week. Like 2 days, we got a lot of rain, 2 days. Enough to get flash floods in a few places. All I can see is the top of Shiro's head in her box, sniffing stuff around. It's so cute. She's such a cute cat. Ah, the cat's life. Tell me about it. To be a little cat. So do you have any plans for the summer? Are you guys taking a holiday, a staycation or something this summer? The stickers are super cute, by the way. Oh, thank you so much. Technically one of each is going to be coming your way soon. Hubby is super busy with work and we'd like to figure something out for at least a long weekend. Yeah, that sounds like it would be lovely. Can you leave the cats like for a long weekend on their own? Will they be able to fare decently enough? Ma-in-law is still in the hospital, so for now everything will be a day. Oh, yeah. Yep. We have an amazing cat sitter. She comes in twice a day for 20-30 minutes, feeds them, plays with them. Aww. That's a good job. They love her to bits, and she genuine is the one who taught me to. Aw. Is it a friend or is it like someone that's their job is to pet sit? Before Sarah, Emmy laid on the back of a chair and we book her through a pet sitter place. Ooh, that's really cool. It's so nice to see that she works so well with the cats. How is my in-law recovering? The dogs used to go to an amazing kennel where they had an indoor room with heated floor and a second room outside and 2 super long lawns that allowed them to run and play with neighbors. Not too close. They got 2 major walks a day. They came home super muscly and exhausted. Aww. It's really neat that you have access to these services, though. Like, I don't think I've heard of anything similar around here. I mean, there probably is some stuff. It's not like I looked really close into it, but I don't know why, but I get the feeling that it's not a very North American notion. There's a very like individualistic mindset around here, so but their cat area wasn't to the same level of seemed like a vacation for them, and everyone said cats are a purity, so they can stay home. Yeah, definitely. It's not the same. Cats, they really thrive on their like having a steady routine, like that they know nothing is going to change. I think it reassures them. I think think they get really unsettled when you change something in their routine, which might be also the case with dogs, but I don't know much about dogs. After losing more and more, wait. Oh, yeah, okay. I had a panic moment there because I was like, wait, what? Hold on, this is the same one? What happened? She was scheduled for surgery on Thursday morning, so hubby's sister called Wednesday not to talk before the surgery. So again, there are amazing doctors and surgeons, but they don't communicate at all. Yeah, they definitely could improve on the organization side of things. Because good grief. Is it all covered by the NHS? Hubby his power of attorney and supposed to be helping make the decisions, but he had to drive to the hospital and go work it sounds like a setup in a sitcom, you know? I know it's not, but it's just absurd enough to be plausible. The only issue with cutting stickers by hand is that your scissors get gooky really quickly. She is really, really out of it at the moment. That's the medicine for pain. She's taking. Like, real stories or made up stories? We're hoping to let us know when she's ready to come back closer to home. It's at home. Oof. Yeah, okay, that's not ideal. Like, you can't really respond quickly if there's an emergency. Something about a train robbery. Shatter. Oh, the whole hip. Oof. Wait, shatter her hip replace. Is that the actual surgery she got, or is that one of her stories? Just random stories. Shatter broken leg. She never. Shatter. Oh, that reminds me. one of my friend, one of our friend here, their mom decided that it would be a good idea to move some sort of a heavy thing, and did a wrong movement and fell and broke her hip bone. She keeps telling people it was her hip. We get so brittle when we age. This week my body reminded me that spring chicken days off. Yep. It's a weird adjustment to make too, because when you think about it, the only way we get to learn of our body's new limits is to get to them and go a bit too far. So it's a weird adjustment period where you keep hurting yourself, basically. Kids do yoga. Oh my gosh. Do you do yoga? I'm not a flexible person. I'm not one of those hypermobile person. I'm a very stiff jointed person. It has some advantages, but it makes doing any kind of stretching really, really hard and unimpressive. Like, you feel like you're really stretching far, and then you look at it, and yeah, no, that feels like a 90-degree angle, but it's absolutely not. So, yep. I was a human pretzel. I did gymnastics as a kid and was a runner. So oh wow. So would you try to do yoga now, like gentle yoga, to get just a bit more flexibility, or to maintain it? Then one day I was like, oh, I have to sit down to tie my shoe. I would do it in a heartbeat if we could manage to find a class and have routine. Oh! I mean, I hope that's something that can be accomplished soon-ish, or that you kind of luck out into that situation. I feel like yoga is a really nice one. I can't do classes though. This is absolutely not my jam. I have to be on my own and have peace, and please let me do my thing. I did it in the States and I always felt like I was resetting to proper alignment when we were done. Oh, wow. I mean, that sounds amazing. Really. Definitely worth looking into. Like a medium-term project kind of thing. I worked at a place once where they offered Pilates classes for free, which was really nice. I mean, very, very kind of them. Not debating that. But I absolutely hated the class set, the class like format. Because like the teacher goes around and can help you with stuff, but also I like to be able to call my own shots regarding where to push certain things or not. I remember during the Pilates class, at some point she wanted us to do a move that was just a bit too much for me. I was like, this is probably one of the stupidest looking moves I have ever seen. I know I have terrible balance, so I'm just not gonna do it. I'm gonna stay quiet and not do it. And the teacher kept coming and be like, oh, why aren't you doing it? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll hop in at the next one. And she really wanted me to do this stupid move, and I was like, nope. Nope. At all! Hello! Hello, Atto! How are you today? My skill in watching something do something physical and repeating it are almost negative. I need someone to be like, no, not like that, like this until it's set in stone. Huh, okay. Now I'm good with, like, if I see a video of the person doing it and I can like replay the video as much as I need to, that's my preferred way. But I'm also good at following direction, especially if there are photos. Tired today, some idiots were outside talking drunk with a posh accent at 3 a.m. Ugh. That's why you need a supply of bricks right next to the window. Or like balloons filled with something stinky or something. My little mental health app gives you some basic instruction for poses, but I don't know if my leg is in the right place or if my back is curved enough. Those things, yeah. I mean, I get that, but also every time I've been in a situation where someone was like pushing poses for me, whether it was taekwondo or whatever, it's like, oh, bend more. I'm like, no, this is as far as I can bend for now. What's dyspraxia? indeed. I'm a graceful klutz. Espresso is dyslexia, but for... Oh, I see. Huh. It's like your brain won't compute physically doing something and bump it. I mean, I don't have it, but I still bump into things all the time. I think it's, personally, I think it's because my brain is everywhere all the time, and also my sight is shit. Like, I'm pretty sure even with glasses, my depth perception is weird, so it's like the thought process is to see the thing that's in the way, quickly assess if it's something safe to bump into, or if it's something I should expend the energy to avoid bumping into. And quite often it's something that, if I get to that point of the process, it's something that I'm just like, I'll just bump into it, it's gonna be fine. I'm covered in bruises and scabs on my shins from bumping into things. I'll have to look into this price because I'm thinking on it, and it's always been kind of a struggle getting movements well coordinated. I can stand on one leg, but if I close my eyes while I shampoo my hair, I feel like I'm in a funhouse. And I walk like I'm skiing. I'm also very terrible at any game that requires like coordination. I'm convinced that Buxton are genetically. Yeah, I'm starting to see that too. I'm noticing it. Hemi has swung past to say hey, and I'm late with her, so. Is her cat clock on, like, on proper time? Because I can tell you that Scout's cat clock is always off. Like, she always comes in to complain loudly at us, at least a half an hour early at night. Are cat clocks ever not early? Yeah, that's what I would assume. Amy is pretty spot on. Bear will try from at least an hour before to see if he can annoy you into speeding up. Maria would eat her dinner, then start screaming all over. Definitely a hobbit, that one. What about second dinner? And they both lost weight, and I'm sure they think that means the game is over. And we can go, oh. A bit of a news flash for you guys. This is the new normal. Jesus, was that your hand clicking? Yeah, probably. Both my wrists, this one really, like, crunches. It's my fault for late night snack hunt and hubby giving Amy chips and nuggets. I can hear it on the way in this garden. If only that meant that I'm close by. If only. I don't on purpose like crack my joints, but when I wake up in the morning I'm always super duper stiff. And legs and feet and toes. Like if I get up and like stand on my toes, I sound like a skeleton in the wind. Or a bowl of Rice Krispies with milk. Oh my god, I feel you. Like, when did sleeping become... Oh, I don't know. But I think there's hardly a night that goes by where I don't have a moment, a thought for either like a completely amorphous bed that would really mold itself to your pose. Or, you know, You know, like the foam that gets carved to fit specific objects perfectly. Like to have that as a bed. Like, oh, give me the foam that has the shape in it to sleep on the side, with space for the arms and the proper level for the pillow. Oh, I want to switch sides. Give me the foam for the other side. Oh, I want to sleep on my back. Give me the foam for the back. Also, it's really hot here, which makes sleeping so much harder. Like, nothing is comfortable, and then it gets hot really quickly. Oh, yep. I don't sleep in a good position. Who does, honestly? Cats. Are you a side, back, or front sleeper? I think I switch around a lot, but I find in order it would be side first, then back, and sometimes front. I start out on my back lying flat, and the second I fall asleep, I roll into a ball. Aww. You're basically like cooking spinach. And then proceed to cook with myself in blankets throughout the night. It's caterpillar sleep. It's when it gets super hot like this that I'm extra thankful for my war pillow. I have a buckwheat pillow, which is basically just a fabric pocket filled with buckwheat shells, and it's really like, it's heavy, it's hard, and you can absolutely throw that to a burglar if you have to, and it's probably going to do some damage, but also it stays cool. I've tried a probably polyester filled pillow in the winter, and even that gets too hot. Like, it traps all the heat, so you get all sweaty and gross. Do you share duvet blankets, or do you have individual? We have individual ones. Mostly because we don't heat up the same way, and we don't enjoy the same kind of things. Mr. E likes heavy blankets, and I don't. I really don't. I don't like feeling like I'm trapped. And also it's easier, like there's never like someone hugging all the blankets, or a hole between the two of us for all the cool air to get in there. Amy likes the start of sleeping between your knees, and then you feel like you can't move because she's so precious. A buckwheat pillow is hardcore. It works though. I can see why it's a thing. Hubby doesn't get the American concept of a sheet and a blanket and a duvet. Oh, but that's a lot. That's warm. Do you get towel kits? Blankets that are made of towel material in Canada. Maybe. I've never really heard of them. Sounds like they could be really useful in the summer. So it's just the one, and then I have a stack of individual stack for my fluffiness. For me, it really depends on the weather, but I try to stick to having just one blanket, because I twitch around so much in my sleep that it ends up making a big, like, burrito nut of blankets, and it's a pain in the butt to try to figure out when you're half asleep. So I basically rotate through blankets, but I have only one. Towel cats are really popular in Japan. I can see why. I bet they would be here too, because I don't think it gets generally as hot as it does in Japan, but it's also very humid and very hot around here. And I can totally see how a towel cat would be comfy. But right now he has put back on the fleece. But what? Right now he has put back on the fleece bed sheets on our winter duvet. So it's basically just a oh, sorry. Can someone please explain to me this concept of having 800? I don't know. Maybe so you can fight with them? I don't, like, you have to remove them before you can sleep, and then you have to make the bed and put them back on when you're done in the morning. It's not the kind of lifestyle that appeals to me. I got shit to do. Though I have quite a few plushies on my bed, but I don't move them. They're like above my head, and that's it. In my first long-term relationship. Karate. Oh, to make the indent. I think it's so they stay squat and nice, but I don't. A single bed had, no joke, dozens of different. Why? Like, we have a few pillows and we really don't have a lot, and more often than not they're annoying. Like, every once in a while you grab one to sit on the floor or something, or to put on your lap so you can put something on top and it's more stable, but aside from that, they're mostly cat beds. What was the reason? The first time I spent the night, I kept asking if something was... Oh no. Oh no. I don't like where this story is going. Oh. And I throw the cushions of the bed to go to bed, right, onto the floor. Yeah, probably. You know what? I think that's a very good point you bring up. I'm pretty sure the people who have a bajillion decorative cushions that match the bed covers and whatnot are also the kind of people that walk with shoes indoor, and that are not indoor shoes. Well, you stayed after that time. I continue to panic, open this closet, and the stack of pillow is lean on the... Oh, gross! No way! He's one of my besties now, but at the time he was very label focused, like a lot of Dalasites. What do you mean label focused? Were they like fancy pillows, cushions, or whatever? You need to learn about red flags. Even his freaking paint was rough. Oh, that says a lot about when that happened. Yeah, I didn't know, but I'm pretty sure that they don't do that now, but maybe once upon a time they did. You know, it's like how many brands sell glasses frames. You go to the optometrist and you take a look at their overpriced display of frames for lenses, and it's like, oh, this weird brand that I've only seen do perfume also does glasses frames, apparently. What? You know, that kind of stuff. Grandpa, baby, you are so book smart, but you ain't got a lick of common sense. Why do expensive brands all do glasses, yet never sell them in their own shop? Only ever in glasses shop. For a price that is absolutely insulting. Stretching. I didn't mean to pick Tommy Hilfiger glasses, but they were the biggest frames I could find without them resting on my cheek. So I hear you. Yeah, I mean, nothing against the designs themselves. It's just so weird you go like to the display of frames and you're like, oh, I like this one, and you grab it and you're like, you look at it and then you see Gucci and you're like, okay, but why? Why? Gucci, because that's the first name that came to mind, but I think everything Gucci I've seen has been particularly tacky. But you can't get most of them on their site. Oh no, never. Sunglasses, yeah, that's a fair point. But often it will be like glasses company, like Ray-Ban. I think Bear wants to go for a car ride because he keeps letting himself in the crate. Does he enjoy car rides? I need big old oot owl glasses to fit all the different... Yeah, that's the thing, right? They try to keep glasses small, but it's like, what's the advantage of that? You got no room for, you know, the lens to match the prescription, and also it limits what you can see. I don't know about in other countries, but in the UK there's no mid-price glasses. They're either no label, dirt cheap, or high-end brands that you have no idea what it costs. Well, I like that though. I'm glad that you have the no label dirt cheap ones. They were both super chilled out both ways today. That's really cool. Mine are not chill in the car. Never. Oh yeah, I always went for the cheap one. Yeah, same. I've always tried to find the most inexpensive yet not too ugly frame I can find. And now I try to order them online when I can, because it's just so much more affordable. Even the big brands are cheaper than at home though. What? What? I mean, I can't pay $600 for a pair of glasses that like I can't see without. Hubby treats glasses as a temporary thing, and we always get new frames. In America, I wore those suckers until ducked. Yeah, basically. Yep. Yeah, over here you don't really have a backup pair of glasses. You have the one pair of glasses and you pray that you don't sit on them. I've always had bad experiences getting the optometrist person to try and find me a pair of glasses too. They would suggest the ugliest freaking things. And you're like, okay, but that's fugly. What else do you have? And then all they have is like branded stuff that's also not very pretty, but also much more expensive. Ours was more expensive than previous years, but 3 pair of glasses, all 3 with computer glare coating, my lenses of like 5 prescription, and then I got some for painting, reading, all in, including the wow. My American brain is like, dirt cheap! British brain, you were swindled! Yeah, over here that's the price of 1 pair of glasses with prescription. Assuming you didn't ask for too many things on the lenses. I think I've always had just bad experiences when choosing frames in store, so that's kind of why I really hate it now. I just hate it. I remember one time I went in a place and I think I asked them if they could like just straighten my frame a bit, because I often go for plastic frames like this, and they have, you know, the warm thing with the little glass balls in there that they can warm up this and bend it a bit and whatever. So I was like, oh, is it okay to ask if you can just straighten it a bit? And she was like, oh sure, no problem. So she works on my frames, she puts them on my face, and she was like, and I put them like I usually do, like to be able to see properly. And she was like, oh, your glasses are skewed, let me put them straight. And I was like, eh? And she put them straight, and it was like nausea inducing. It was like, I was like, no way these are straight. Like when I look through them, I can see that the top of the rim here is not level in both eyes. So they can't be straight, and to today I still have no idea what was going on there. Like, was it that my head was crooked a bit and she was like putting them on straight but failed to tell me to put my head straight too or something? But yeah, that was another experience that made me go like, you know what, these people, I don't like them. They're trying to push me to buy their super overpriced frames that are all of them are ugly. And they try to, they call themselves like stylists or whatnot, but they suck. They just suck. I hate it. We normally do the 2-for-1 lenses, and the eye exam is either free or wow. Over here, the eye exam is covered if you have insurance, I think. But the frames, you have to buy those yourself. Like, there should be a certain threshold of eyesight issue that it's considered an handicap, and you get some sort of discount on your purchase of a frame. Like, the health system covers it a bit, because otherwise you're technically blind, or a hazard to everyone around you. My first varifocals, the lenses were tilted in correctly, and they were like, you just have to get used to them. Ugh. Same references before. I felt like I was in a fun house and I'd just eaten too much and rolled. Oh my god. Oh yeah, you know that feeling of trying on a new pair of glasses for the first time and your eyes are not used to them yet. And the ground doesn't feel even, basically. I haven't worn glasses contacts in like 10 years. I stopped wearing them when I went traveling. And you don't need them? I love my new glasses so much. I put them on, the world came into focus, and they are comfy. That's all one can ask for, basically. But yet it's so challenging to get that experience with a pair of glasses. I really hate when you go to the optometrist and they're like, okay, so we're gonna adjust them to your face, and you're like, okay, and you're like, okay, put them on. How are they? Like, I don't know. I have no frame of reference. They're different from my previous pair, but that's the whole reason why I'm here, isn't it? I had them as legal requirement when I used to drive, and I needed to see far distance, like the signs at a train station. But I'm always with hubs, so I just make him. Fair enough. So your farsightedness was probably very like the lower end of it, right? Like, if I remove my glasses, I can't cut this anymore. Like, I would probably cut through the sticker because I wouldn't be able to fully assess where I'm cutting. And this is about a feet away from my face. And I know one of my eyes is like, oh, they're both terrible. Never mind. I wear the glasses in the car so hubby drives. Read all the signs. That's a good splitting of tasks. We've had this argument so many times. I really do not like driving. I need at least a day to prepare for having to do it, and then another day or two to recover. But hubby's like, I don't like driving either. It's something you do because you have to, not because you want to. I am a control freak and I can only control my car. Otto, do you ever need your car for anything? Or are you living in what could be considered one of those 15-minute cities? I don't have a car, and Edinburgh is super walkable. Also, it has excellent and cheap bus system. Oh, it sounds amazing. We don't really have this here for various reasons. They're working really hard on making it a bit better, but the fact that Quebec has 4 seasons that are also different from one another. Like, it's probably easier to have an efficient transit system, commute system, if you don't have like a season that's full of ice and snow. You know, one less consideration. But yeah, we have a lot of issues here regarding how they zone residential areas and what you can or cannot have in those areas, which ultimately makes for places that are a lot less walkable, because you can't have like something commercial in an area that's only residents. It's stupid. It's stupid nonsense. I hate it. Hate it. It sucks. It's terrible. I had to drop him off at work this week and was fine until the car kept correcting me for being too close to the shoulder. I was like, you need to not. You have one of those a slightly too smart car, right? Our town's buses aren't super great, but we're 1 mile to the train station. Oh, dude, that's great. Yeah, I never learned to drive. Where I lived as a teen, everything was walkable, including school. And then we were also really close to the bus system that would like take me to the other places where I could not walk. And I never really took the time to learn, and then I didn't have the time to learn, and then it was sort of too late. Yeah, I feel like I kind of hate not being able to do it, because, like you say, box, I think it's a very useful skill to have. But also, there are a lot of issues with having a car. I know you can, like, rent one. There's all the community cars, it's called communauto, and you basically can rent, borrow a car for a duration, but without having to go to a specific like shop to do it. Like, my issue is a lot more with the people than with the system on its own, because we could go a lot of places on bikes if we wanted to, but the issue is, where do you park your bike, and is your bike still gonna be there when you come back from your errands? That's the real issue. I have a friend who went to the sort of city center for errands, and they left their car there, like parked in a proper parking space and whatnot, for like half an hour, and that was enough time for them to get the car broken into. I think if you live in a city, except probably USA, it's easier not to have a car. Yeah, the North America is kind of fucked for that. It varies depending on the city, but the automobile industry is really strong, and they really try to, like, it's a real fight between making infrastructure that doesn't require a car and making infrastructure that requires a car. It's interesting how in the Western world we have to worry about bikes being stolen. In Japan, the main problem with bikes is that people abandon them. Yeah, that's when I saw how they handle bikes in places like Japan or the Netherlands. I mean, I don't think... I think so far, from what I've heard, Japan seems to be one of the best places to ride bikes. In the sense that there's infrastructure for it and your bike doesn't get stolen. I think in other places like the Netherlands, the infrastructure is there, but you still have a bit more of a human problem with bikes. But yeah, over here, I mean, you will get your seat stolen, your front wheel stolen, your whole bike stolen. Like, any kind of accessories you have on your bike might be removed. People will use angle grinder to remove your bike. If you have a fancy bike, well, your chances of it being stolen or like messed up is even higher. So you're like, I'm all for using my bike to make errands, but I also had to learn on manual over here, so now I can drive manual in the States just in time for it probably never to be needed again. But Japan has a type of bikes called mamachari that are really cheap to buy. Mamacharis cost about... Ooh, that's nice. There are so many bikes on the roads here, and they're not built for cars and bikes. Yeah, that's the freaking issue. They've made some improvements to the whole system in the last 20 years, and the last maybe 5 years mostly. But still, like I say, like, wow, now I can ride my bike to the farmer's market. But once I'm at the farmer's market, I'm screwed. The bike racks are full. There's no guarantee that my bike will be safe. And then what now? Like, we have bike share systems, like it's called Bixi here. But you can also get to a Bixi rack and there's either no bikes available or it's full, so you can't put your bike in there. Anyway, it's, you know, it's kind of not perfect. And you know, sometimes it's really annoying, like you have a small errand to run and you're like, oh, I'm gonna take my bike, it's gonna be even faster. You get there and now you have to find a parking spot for your bike so you can lock it down, and then you have to take away the seat because you know, it's if it was a setting where you can just leave your bike unattended and nothing's gonna happen to it, that would be the easiest of errands. So there are lots and lots of cheap bikes, which makes it not worth stealing. I think that's awesome. Also, I think I saw a long time ago in one of Martina's vlog from living in Japan that you can get to places and they have like indoor parking for bikes. It's basically like those big multi-level parking lots for cars that you have to like pay. You get in there, you park your car, and it's like in a protected space. But you get that for bikes too, which is amazing. Sent me an image. Oh wow. What is that? Edinburgh. Default zigzag cycling. Why is it like that? What's happened? London has bike lanes and you couldn't pay me enough to ride in one. Oh no. And out there it's all windy roads and strobe lights from the sun through trees. Yeah, that's something that is really hard to like you lose your eyesight when you get into one of those strobe light effect areas. Oh, you guys haven't seen Edinburgh's new cycle lanes. Oh my god, how who thought this was a good idea? Why is it like that? What's the purpose of not making it straight? It makes no sense. Edinburgh Council? Are they particularly bad? They decided to put the cycle lane around every single manhole cover and parking. That's so stupid. That's so unbelievably stupid. Anyone with half a brain cell would be able to call this as a terrible idea. Like, what? Also, they decided that that crossing should look exactly like pavement. So you don't know it's a road with cars won't. Why? Hey, dude! Hi! Long time no see, how have you been? Oh, the poor drunk souls navigating their. You know what? The cycle path is so crooked and twisty, they're probably gonna walk straight. Oh, and there's a lamppost in the way. No worries, we will just keep the lamppost right in the middle of the zone. Oh, that lamppost is gonna have a casualty count on it. Notches. Well, you know the lamppost won't get. You won't believe the stupid shit I've been witnessing at my job. I'm drained after work. I hope you find something else soon too. A draining, exhausting job is one of the worst way these jobs can come out. Even if it's like technically on paper a fun, good job, if it's in reality exhausting and draining, it's the worst feeling. Whereas a job that on paper sounds awful but leaves you untapped at the end is the best. Sent you another pic of this. What? I mean, how can you tell it's a bike lane? Over here, the bike lanes, they spray paint like bicycles on it, and there's like panels indicating that it's a bike lane. I mean, most people don't see the panels, ignore them, are too dumb to even care. So sometimes you have very clear signs that will say stuff like, okay, this is the bike lane, this is not the pedestrian lane, so no people on foot there, and it's full of people on foot there. But, I mean, you can at least yell at them and be like, you're not supposed to be there. But the picture you sent me, it's like, it doesn't. Lamp in the middle of the road, yes. Stopping with one tire in the box junction. There's one thing that I see a lot here that's a pet peeve. It's not really anything bad, but it's always makes me annoyed. Is that they often the way the bike lanes are made, like you have the bike lane, and of course there's going to be many intersections between the streets, you know, but not all of them will have a stop for the bike lane. So sometimes you have to be careful, but you can sort of roll through 2 or 3 intersections. Sorry, gross. Yeah, you can ride through 2 or 3 intersections. There's one thing they do a lot, and it would just pet peeves, but they always bring back a stop sign for the bike lane at the end of a downhill. So you got this great speed, you're coasting, you're going downhill, it's awesome, and then you have to brake. I always get so annoyed. I'm like, damn it! You've ruined my fun! The fun thing about getting a ticket in the UK is that 95% of the time it comes in the post. So you may have weeks go by before you know you did something wrong. What? Wow. Yeah, over here the bike lanes are generally quite nice, to be honest. My only beef with them is when people use them weird, or like they will walk in the bike lane when the sidewalk is just next to it. Or people having strollers in the bike lane. It's like, don't come at me if someone like slams into your baby stroller if you're on the bike lane, like. We also see people in fully motorized scooters on the bike lanes, which is not something they should do. I have this awesome slope en route to my old job, and I was reaching the light speed, but then be super vigilant because there is a main police station. Yep. It's so much fun to be able to ride down a hill on a bike and be completely like unhindered by anything. Not having to brake, not having to like slalom around people on foot. Yeah, of course. Family Guy made fun of England having drive-by arguments, and I thought it was just a joke until I got here. First week went to dinner, and a woman pulled our car up on the curb to shut the bicycle, who was on the pavement, which was wrong, but so was our car upon him. Oh no. I have two main enemies on the bike lanes. The wannabe pro cyclists and the baby strollers. My mom was run over by a bike. What the heck? On a regular pavement and by a sheltered bus stop. What? How fast was that people going on a bike? What the heck? When I got my fend stuck on a lamp protector and someone walked up to my car window and told me. I ran over by a bike. Jeez. Yeah, I figured that it was the fender. Fender bender. The guy had broken brakes, or so he said, as he was berating my mom. The nerve, and he nah. No. F that guy. Oh, Max, I almost got run over by a bike, and now hubby knows without a question. When you are telling me to not step out in the street, it is not by waving your arms and calling my name, because that means run faster to me. I mean, some people lack serious common sense on shared roads or like public spaces. It's mind-boggling. Just basic interactions, like, you know, you're walking on the sidewalk, and let's say I walk with Mr. E, and we see like another couple coming the opposite way, and we're like, okay, so one of us is gonna move to be behind the other, so we're in a straight line and we don't occupy the whole freaking sidewalk. Well, I mean, all of no one else does that. Like the two people, like, we go one behind the other, but they don't, so they get a bit closer, but we basically have to move out of the way, and it's like, you know, sometimes I just want to kick things. I don't know if I had a broken... I don't know. If I had a broken brake, I'm not trying to Yeah, that feels like common sense. Or if I was to drive it, I would not go fast. With the initial idea, with the initial thought process of, if I go fast on my bike with broken brakes, I'll end up splattered in a wall. On a wall, you know, on my own. Never mind, like, hitting someone. Or like, if your brake breaks as you are biking it at that moment, you I don't know, I would yell, I would like try to make it very obvious that I there's a problem, like, or something. Hubby doesn't like that I give in and go single file. Why? He's like, we're walking, they can move. Even after 20 years of the London Underground, it still isn't me. I mean, everybody should move. That's the whole thing. The other day we were biking at a nearby park, and me and Mystery were biking in single file because there were like a pedestrian and another person on a bike and their kid on a one of those stupid electric scooters. So we moved to be single file, but then no one else moved. So Mystery had to suddenly slow down, and I didn't have time to brake, so I slammed into him and I yelled obscenities. I wish I could have yelled at the kid, because that's the main person who could have moved but didn't. I mean, kid, he was like, I don't know, 12, you know, not a toddler, like someone with a tiny bit of common sense growing. Living in a tourist spot, so many crazy people walking bizarrely. Oh, it's gonna be awful. I want to get where I'm going as fast as possible with little to no human contact. So, dodging and weaving is part of the package. Yep. He said that he wanted to avoid eating schoolgirls walking to the bus stop by hitting. Dude, I'm so sorry. Dude, wow. What an asshole, that guy. Hey, Dan. Hi. The schoolgirls are gonna recover faster. Just the day I barged through a group of people, was walking and kind of got swallowed up into a group. Then they just decided to all stop. I said, "Excuse me," but did not move. That's polite. That's very polite to say just "excuse me." You know, just like when you have a very crowded subway station and someone decides to stop walking at the top of the stairs, one way or the other. Like, everybody that walked in behind them, you have to like go into evasive maneuvers really quickly, or it's not gonna be cute. I hate people. Oh my gosh, I hate people. That would become a group of people learning to fly very quickly. What am I supposed to do? I give way, but my momentum doesn't work with tourists. Yeah, same. So I just push through. What is it to just stop thing? I don't know. But yeah, if that happens to me, like I walk and I get stuck, I will push people out of the way. Not in a violent way, but it's like, I'm walking, I won't just stop. If you... I spit, apparently. But if you just stop walking in front of me, I'm gonna, like, shove you somewhat gently out of the way. All the while yelling, "Excuse me!" Or if you catch me in a bad mood, I might swear in French Canadian, which is always a sight. I love swearing in French Canadian. Or a group that absolutely have to fill the whole side. Oh, I know. Chicago, you could figure out where people would do that. London, there is no way of knowing. Oh. Hey, show. Hello. You're walking behind them and you know a white bit is coming, so you get ready to walk past them, but no, they fan out. Yep. Well, if you walk faster than them, I just like go, "Excuse me," and start walking through them and sort of gently shoving them out of the way. That's enough. big cities in the US, you learn that tourists were always the one looking up. Yeah. Fair enough, right? Shiro, Otto says hi. I can't see her. Oh, she plopped right back down in her box. She's so tiny I can't see her. She's a baby. At Pride we had 2 different people touch because we walked through their photo on the street with 2 million other people. Oh. You guys find out that as you get older, you really start not really caring about being rude in public. Like the passive aggressiveness of things gets up by a few notches. I have this walk facial expression technique that makes me unstoppable when I have to go through this. Resting bee face helps a lot with that too. I'm talking to myself. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that will do the trick. Yes, I'm cutting stickers. I'm almost done. Can you believe it? I'm gonna have a nice bump in my finger from all the cutting, but I find stickers don't sell too well. Well, these are for our Patreon. They're a little bonus to my physical tier patrons, so I'm not exactly selling them. I find that stickers sell relatively well when you're in person at a market or a convention. Online it's a bit trickier. Have you tried to put the middle finger of this in the scissors instead of the... Oh, I'll give it a try. Like with these, I don't have that need because these are much more comfy, and also I use them only briefly, but for all the detail cutting of the stickers. So like this. Ooh, that might work. Okay, how's the dexterity though? Not bad, not bad. Hey, thanks for the tip. That's a good tip. I'd love a Cricut machine. Shame they're so expensive. Yeah. I don't know. I think you have to sell a big volume to justify getting a Cricut. Might be even easier to just get professional stickers made than getting a Cricut. Like a Cricut is not a surefire way of making like perfect items too. You always end up with duds and things that are misaligned and whatnot, so it's not necessarily more cost effective. But it's easier when it does work. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this works too. And it doesn't cost like $300. Doesn't come with a subscription fee, no maintenance, no software issues, a bit of a hardware issues after cutting 100 stickers, but you know. I've bought a new silhouette last year, but I hadn't had space to put it anywhere. I rented it to my cousin to use with his beekeeping. Ooh, beekeeping! Yay, bees and honey. That's really cool. What did they use it for? Like for labels and stuff, or? Yeah, labels, stickers. Oh, that's really cool. Oh my gosh, honey. I don't know why thinking about honey always makes me happy. We're getting fireflies here this year, which I think is the first time that I noticed them like right here on my building's lawn. I had seen some at a nearby park a few years back, but here, like on the on the suburban lawn, I was really impressed. They're so cool. Little stationery for the queen bee. That's the name of the business, is it? That's really cool. Also, if you think about it, I think honey is the only like sweetener that is doesn't require any processing really. For every other sweetener you need to boil it down, to like press it from something, extract it from something, but honey it's just there. No, that was a failed. Oops. I miss fireflies so much. I think I've said before, I just expected they would be a thing. They're not. Oh, that's so sad. They're so special. Like the first one you spot, you always think you've had an issue with your eyes for a split second, and then you see a few more and you're like, oh no, wait, it's not my eyes being weird, there are fireflies here. Little stationery for the queen bee. I think I got it. I'm slow today. Just imagining like the queen with her at her little wax desk, journaling. Today I laid a bajillion eggs, and my workers took all of them and put them in the combs. I just imagine what they may use the machine for. It involves the bees. And I thought about the cute little station. She could cricut or like silhouette cut these, tiny bows to put on the bees. Oh my god, Queen making stats about the eggs. She has an egg tracker. Gossip about the workers. The strange man came again today, stole honey, brought sugar though. They took off the sky again. But oddly enough, we gain more comes from it. Ah, bees are so cool. that reminds me of a story I saw in the news. It really cracked me up. I don't remember where it happened, but someone in the business of, you know, taking care of hornets infestation, or like, you know, bug issues, like flying bug issues. He had just vacuumed a colony of hornets in a shop vac and had left it in the back of his pickup truck, and someone stole the shop vac full of angry hornets, and I laughed a lot. Quick side note, anyone have suggestions for first time? Ooh, with high drops and a cat. Bear's pretty chill, but also thinking willing. Yeah, I would definitely try the cat burrito. And when I have that kind of issues, I always check if the Helpful Vancouver Vet on YouTube has a video about whatever predicament I'm in. He usually has sound advice. Poor bear, though. Why does he need drops? Oh, it's the creamy kind. Ooh. On the topic of cool bugs, I saw a female rhinoceros. Ooh, whoa. That's really cool. Did you manage to snap a picture? So it's not even a drip and drop. So how do you get it in there, though? I love that guy. Switch that. Yeah, that's the Squish That Cat guy. He named one of his cat Claudia. You know he's a good one right from that point. A video somewhere I should. Oh, thank you so much. He's had a bit of green eye boogies. The stuff is to make sure it's nothing icky. Yeah, it's a really good idea. But yeah, so are you supposed to drop him in, squeeze it out, drop it in his eyes and massage it? Oh dear. It's the drop it in his eyes part that's a bit but yeah, I think the cat burrito is an excellent idea, just to be safe. And Mr. Pirate, because yes, Mr. Pirate, old Mr. Pirate. And Lancelot, the clinic cat, the staff cat. Yay, all done. Wow, I was so late on these. I'm so bad at this. Yeah, dry, juice. I know I have January somewhere. There you go. They were super not happy with pills today, and Emmy tested them. Oh no! Pills are really hard to give a cat. Like, we had to put stuff in Scout's mouth quite a few times. But then at some point we had to give Peko some stuff, and I really never expected the reaction we got from her. She started like drooling buckets. to eye drop my mom for a month after a cataract procedure. Wish I could put her in the board. Oh, it's so hard to put drops in eyes. Eyes, they don't want stuff put in them. Stuff comes out of the eye, but stuff doesn't go in the eye. The eye is very resistant to having stuff in it. I was never able to put drops in my eyes, and even when I asked Mr. E for help, it was still like a failure, like 80% of the time. Like I would just blink. Even if I tried not to blink, it just doesn't work. Ma-in-law's cats have to have liquid meds, but they are super old ladies and about... Oh no, they're tiny! Tiny! Hubby had eye surgery when he was a kid, and normal eye drops freaks. Yeah, understandable. I mean, they're freaky even without eye surgery. How do you feel about putting something cold in your eye on purpose? Ugh. Nope. I hadn't put enough in, I don't feel anything. As I pour a million drops in and see them fall. Mom, I can see it. It's a good thing if you can't feel them, but I'm telling you, it's there. I can do eye drops, but not the blowing machine. Ugh. Poor kittens, I feel sorry for cats with that. Yeah. Though kittens are tiny, and even if their knives are super sharp, at least you can burrito a kitten quite easily. And often, if they're not feeling too great, they will kind of let you try to fix them a bit more. If that makes sense. Adult cats I feel are more of a handful. That's my trick for removing glue from scissors. Leva would have destroyed me if I tried to do that. As a kitten or as an adult? I mean, as an adult, we can barely do anything with ours. To check to see if Bear had scratches turned his tongue green. For a bit, he was looking hardcore. Sex Pistols featuring Bear. You can also spray isopropyl alcohol and rub with the tissue. On what? Oh, on this. Yeah, but I've had really poor luck with that. On some, if it's like old dried up glue, I've had good results with isopropyl alcohol. But if it's like sticker glue, do I have a... Oh, I have one left. Google. Gone is really good, but also really gross. Like, it's oil-based, so it's kind of hard to clean up after. But I have some Goo Gone in, you know, for the dire cases. Leva would have, as a kitten, I would overpower her eventually. As an adult, she's too powerful. If they aren't plastic, orange oil eats sticky stuff in plastic. Oh, that works well on these. Good tip. Thanks, Otto. The rule with sticky stuff is, if it doesn't remove with water, try alcohol. If that doesn't work, use oil and salt. If in a pinch, you can try using tape too. If you use tape over sticky and just like stick it on, peel it off, stick it on, peel it off, you can remove some glues that way too, in a pinch. I've yet to come across a normal domestic sticky stuff that it doesn't work on. Do not clean your plastic palette with orange oil. What's orange oil? Isn't Goo Gone kind of like orange oil? Get through, yeah. Oh, essential oil. Oh, yeah. Also, alcohol, rubbing alcohol on plastic can leave some damage at times. So that's a thing to perhaps be careful. But since these are metal scissors, so I'm not particularly nervous about these. Right. Good to go. You can also buy it this way. I've heard of recipes that like you would have water and a couple of drops of essential oil in it or something like that. Oh, I messed up glasses this way. Box of paint. I think it's these. Is it? No, it may be with my previous pair. But I went in and like cleaned up the nose part with alcohol, and it made it all cloudy. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, acetone, no plastic in there though. And will ruin varnishes. Caturday is not milky and no. Hey, have a good night, Dread. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's really fun to hear from you. And I really hope you have a good night. I'm about to end it anyway. I'm 12 minutes past my my time. But yeah, I like to keep those, you know, handy alcohol wipes and everything. They're handy if you hurt yourself, like while outside. They're handy if something gets dirty. You can sort of clean it up roughly. If you end up with some stickiness on your fingers, you can remove it. Thanks. A week away from my bus is a great weekend. Oh yeah. Have fun. Alright, well, thank you guys for keeping me company and for being super fun while I cut all of these stickers. Please have all my Patreon stuff is done. I just need to scan some paintings and then prepare envelopes and mail stuff out. And about time. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it again, and I really hope you have a great weekend, a good night, stuff like that. I think all of you are not on the same continent as me. Oh wow. Okay. Nice. Well, thank you guys. Have a good night. Bye bye.